US Israel Iran war getting more and more intense day by day, and the same thing we are going to discuss in our this session. Welcome you all at the Ekagar Academy's YouTube channel, where we will be discussing this entire war scenario from the competitive exams point of view, especially for UPSC and MPSC. Right? So let's start discussing these things. So first, we all know that recently US and Israel attacked on Iran and calling it a preemptive strike. Now, what we exactly mean by preemptive strike? See, preemptive strike simply means before something worst happens, we are taking these steps to prevent those events. And US and Israel, they both justified this attack in the same way. So when we see कि US Israel attacked on Iran, definitely we need to understand what kind of justification they have given for their these preemptive strikes and up to which level it is justified. So we are going to see कि how this overall attack of US Israel on the Iran, it is not just limited to these three countries only, it is almost having the impact throughout the West Asia, right? We have seen in the news like Iran started dropping bombs, missiles on Bahrain, on UAE, right? So we need to discuss what exactly happening and why actually these events started taking place. So first, we will be talking about background of the conflict, right? In short, the reason behind this conflict. Now see, in recent time, again, US has started talks regarding to Iran's nuclear program. So basically, if you talk about why US is so much concerned with the Iran's nuclear program, remember, whenever we talk about the West Asia, in this we have a three power centers, right? In these three power centers, one is Saudi Arabia, one is Israel, and one definitely is the Iran. Now whenever we talk about other two, that is the Saudi Arabia as well as Israel, right, they both are the enemies of Iran and close ally of USA, right? And any development by the Iran to develop their own nuclear weapon is an existential, or you can say power linked threat to these two countries who are the friends of USA. That is one of the main reason, and even we have seen in the past how the USA made efforts, right, since the time of Barack Obama. Even we have seen in the past around 2008 2010 when US and Israel, they both tried to completely vanish, to completely destroy the Iran's nuclear program, right? So that is the first and the foremost important thing in this entire conflict. Secondly, proxy war in the West Asia, though in our opinion, or as we see in the popular media, कि Iran is a kind of a country, ठीक है, who is just limited to their own affairs, right, not interfering in the matters of other countries. Up to a level it is true, but actually Iran having its own interference in the overall West Asia politics, not directly but indirectly with the help of its proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas and Houthis. Through Hezbollah, they are active in the Lebanon. Through Hamas, they are active in the Palestine, and through the Houthi rebels, they are active in the Yemen, right? And again, these three countries along with these three organizations are threat to these two. So ultimately it is affecting US ka interest, the interest of Israel. That's why these organizations and their activities are concerned, and then it became the reason for the war, right? And definitely it is not just something new. Even just in 2025 we have seen very limited attacks by the Israel on the Iranian assets, right? And even in the beginning of 2026 we have seen the massive protest throughout the Iran against the establishment. So it was a signal from that point of time only that West is actually doing something, and finally that is visible now. Now apart from these reasons, if we talk about the most important thing, the immediate one. See, definitely, these concerns are not something new. Like when we talk about Iran's nuclear program, it is in concern since 2005. When we talk about the proxy war in the West Asia, again, it is since 2000, right? So it is not something new. So along with these long-term reasons, there are certain immediate reasons as well, as Iran recently escalated their nuclear weapon development program. So to prevent it, USA intervened in it, Israel attacked on it. Apart from it, they wanted to destroy Iran's missile and military infrastructure. Why? Because see, any nuclear bomb is feasible when they have a proper delivery system, and we know Iran's missiles and the entire missile ecosystem is very much advanced, right? Working under the IRGC. So it was a main threat, it was a main concern which they actually wanted to destroy. And again, to make a balance, okay, in the West Asia, in the Middle East, the way Iranians were increasing their influence directly or indirectly, the attacks took place, and as we discussed, a preemptive strategy, right? So before things get worst, these two countries intervened in the Iran, they attacked on Iran. Now, if we talk about the overall impact of this attack, as I told you, Iran is not a very normal country, right? Iran is one of the formidable power in the West Asia. So definitely the attack on Iran is going to have an impact on the whole West Asia as well as on the world geopolitics. So if we see the most important significance of this event after the Iraq war, like Saddam Hussein against Saddam Hussein, which took place around 2003, it is the one of the biggest one after that is attack on Iran. Secondly, it is basically a direct confrontation between major regional powers. As we discussed in the beginning, in the West Asia, we have three power centers. Number one, Israel. Number two, Saudi Arabia. Number three, Iran. But till now, their enmity, you can say, it was taking place indirectly. But now, it is on, you can say, take a front. It is directly conflicting, right? So that is something very unique and which is actually posing a main threat to the whole West Asia. Apart from it, it will lead to what? It may lead to Iran's political leadership's decline or weakening. And again, this thing may create what? A vacuum in the Iran's domestic politics, and there may be chances that foreign actors may interfere in storing a new government in the Iran. So again, all the equations can change again, right? Apart from it, it is going to affect Middle East power balance. As we know, right, these two countries, that is the Saudi Arabia and Israel, they are already pro-USA. If anyhow US get successful in getting pro-US regime established in the Iran, so you can say US is going to have 100% hegemony in the West Asia region, and also it is a test of US global military influence, because in recent times we have seen that Russia and China, even Turkey, started challenging the US hegemony. So if Iran got crumbled or its leadership gets surrendered in front of USA, it will be considered a diplomatic victory or the image of US as a global policeman once again, right? So you can say, though we are talking about the multipolarism, but still world is a unipolar, that is clearly visible with this event. Now, these are those things, right? What these things can actually lead to. Number one, the most important thing is a Strait of Hormuz crisis. You can say it is a world's energy supply line, right? So even Iran has threatened the world that if events escalates more, they are going to choke it, right? So it may lead to that crisis, and this will further lead to oil price spike due to demand supply mismatch. Apart from it, wider Middle East instability, like we discussed, those proxies which are also known as axis of resistance, right? So they may get more active, they may get more aggressive, and again West Asia may go into chaos just like they faced 10 years before when ISIS was increasing their influence. So the same kind of situation can come again in the West Asia, and definitely the polarization of the world, right? So global south countries, the developing underdeveloped nations, they may form a block of front, because we have seen that US just before this, they did the same kind of action in the Venezuela, right? So it may lead to a formation of a global south countries under the leadership of Russia, China, or again it may be possibility for India as well. Now, as we discussed India, so definitely from our exam point of view, we need to see about the world, but also need to see about the India. And for India, the most important concern is the energy. It is not just something our alliance for natural gas or Iran, it is also on our crude oil supply, which actually takes place from the Strait of Hormuz, which may lead to what? Which may lead to the inflation in our country. Second, we have seen that Iran attacked on UAE, Bahrain, on these countries, and these countries are having very huge Indians living in their soil, right? That is Indian diaspora. That is going to be a biggest challenge for our people, and even recently we have seen the Maharashtra has announced the evacuation of its people, right? Then trade and shipping, we all know the Gulf region is one of our important export destination for India, so it may get hampered in this war period, and definitely it will be a biggest challenge in front of India's foreign policy, which always follow the middle path. Why? Because for us, Israel also is important from the defense point of view, and Iran is also important from the energy and connectivity like Chabahar ports point of view. So India need to make that balanced approach. India need to see, and India also need to lead the world, so that we can also ensure our interest. We can also make sure a long stability and peace in the world by following the principles of Article 51 of our DPSP. Thank you.